Iran, business owners shut their doors as protesters call for a 3-day nationwide strike against clerical rulers. This follows ongoing unrest after the death of Mahsa Amini while in custody of the morality police back in September. Several other people have also been killed during the months of protests against Iran's regime, and we're talking about to the tune of hundreds of deaths. For more on this, we're joined right now by former State Department spokesperson Morgan Ortagus. Morgan, there's a lot of reporting going on about these protests. Word is getting out as to how tyrannical the regime is, but that doesn't mean that women and young people are swaying the government at all in Iran.
No, you're right. I mean, listen, this is definitely a David and Goliath fight, so to speak, in Iran. I think that we should be incredibly impressed and encouraged by the brave men and women, but so many young women and teenage girls that have been protesting around the country. We know that thousands of protesters have been jailed. It's really hard to get these numbers, but we think at least 500 have been killed. I came to you last week from Doha, where I attended the U.S.-Iran game. And we know that one of the players at that game, his best friend from home, was killed at point blank range in his car, shot in the head from the regime for honking his horn and celebrating the U.S. win. And of course, these people in Iran were celebrating the U.S. win because this regime has terrorized its citizens just as it funds terrorism around the world.
You know, I mentioned that mass strike that began in cities across Iran despite threats by the government to execute protesters. The fact that people are willing to risk their lives, you talked about the bravery, but is this unprecedented?
So we had some protests. That's a good question. We had some protests in the fall of 2019 when I was the State Department spokesperson. Then again, we thought at least 1,000 people were killed, 10,000 arrested. Also very hard to get hard numbers on this. And so we have seen that. We saw the green, quote unquote, green revolution that happened in Iran in 2009, which was more organized than what you're seeing now. What's really interesting about these protests is they are kind of leaderless, right? It's all based around a woman, Mahsa Amini, who was killed by the regime, by the authorities in Iran for the crime of showing her hair, for not wearing the hijab properly. And so in the Green Revolution, you had an organized political party. And this is really mass resistance around the country from young women who are just sick and tired of living under this regime and having no rights. And again, being killed, for the crime of showing their hair. So I think it's a little too early to know what exactly it means for regime sustainability. What it does tell us is that the Biden administration and Secretary of State Anthony Blinken should not be doing anything to empower the regime that is oppressing these young women. And we know, unfortunately, by a speech that Tony Blinken gave in the last few days and an interview he gave to NBC News, that they are keeping the door open for the JCPOA, the Iran deal. And I think that is a grave, grave mistake on this administration. They need to start putting human rights first at the center of their foreign policy. And unfortunately, in both Iran and China, you never hear this administration talking about human rights anymore.
Morgan Ortagus, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.